welcome back to my channel Lightwave Guru. I'm highly motivated. Yeah, so Eric, this video is especially for you. Yeah, so I can test a little bit my bad ugly English with your ears. But you wrote 14 days before, yeah, this video, a little message under one from my videos. So let us change the screen, and you wrote there any high-speed tests later over raw terrain. So, and this question is about this video here, yeah? This video with my tank rig. And okay, I think for myself, okay, you need a tank rig with suspension, yeah? With active suspension for the chain, yeah? For the chain of reaction, the chain link, yeah, or whatever what the word is in English, the chain of reaction. So, and now I have to tell you something, Eric. This other rig with a tank on that plane underground was my first test to test what I can do with that Hinge function, yeah, with the Scharnierfunktion in Deutsch, with that Hinge or hinge function. I have no idea in what way I have to speak it out, yeah, Hinge function. So sorry, I'm a German. I'm too stupid for good English. But I can show you now an idea that I have 2 days before, and this idea based on my knowledge about what I have with Hinge functions, yeah, if I build chain of reactions. So I extend my first prototype and version, yeah. So I've seen that nearly 1,000 people have seen that little tank, yeah, that other tank with that automatic shooting thing on it on top. And so I built now this rig. So this rig has the functionality that we have an suspension for the chain, yeah. And to explain what I do there, I wrote for every function what I do there, yeah. So that it would be clear yet now for everybody. So as first we have the chain himself, yeah, this here. And for explanation, this chain is from a German tank, and his name is Leopard 2D, I think, or Leopard 2A. Sorry, that's it. So that's a typical chain from a Leopard tank from Germany. Yeah, and you see there you have there a motor here in the back. So that's the motor part, and you have this 7 wheels. And you have here the chain tensioners, that's four from them. With that you can the chain a little bit tension, yeah, give tension. So the tensioners. And so my idea was now, so okay, what I can do now that the chain, if it comes in contact with the floor, what I can do that the chain would be detect the underground, and then the 7 wheels also follow, so that's 7 wheels here, follow also then the chains here under himself, yeah, so that the contact or the collision detection from that parts here, from the chain link parts, go to that wheels, yeah. So, and then I have seen, okay, that tank have also here that suspension arms, yeah, let us call it so, or chain tensioner arms or whatever. And so I built for them, you can see it here on the other side, this Hinge functions, and that Hinge functions, that 7 Hinge functions for the arms here, for the chain tensioner arms, yeah, himself is linked to the collision cage, yeah. Then some nulls, so 7 nulls are linked to the collision cage. On that Hinge function is attached, yeah, so that's the right word, not linked, it's attached the arms On that arms is attached as option another null with a motor function if I want, so I can use as also a hinge function or as motor, and on that motor as null then attached is that wheel. So that we'll see now if the chain link here have a detection to the floor that it have to do something. And the reason is that the wheel himself is in rigid mode and have also a collision detection. Yeah? Then that collision detection will be registered from that arm, and then the arm will follow. So that is not the active chain tensioner, yeah, with hydraulic or with feathers, with springs or something like that. Feather, spring, yeah. With springs, that is a passive, passiv sagt man in German. It's a passive chain tensioner. So all the wheels have a weight, and if the chain link here go a little bit deeper, and the reason is that the floor is is uneven, yeah. So that was the question, even or uneven terrain. And let us play us first that animation. Disclaimer for that setup in the first. This is a prototype. I have to work today on the collision cage that it works better as now. But this example show that it works. That my principle that I think for myself and I rig it now with the bullet dynamics in Lightwave works. And it works in a way that I can say, okay, it makes sense now to invest a little bit more time to make it or bring it down completely. So you see that yellow thing here, yeah? So that's my collision detection. And you see that chain links here in sometimes not work perfect, yeah? So that have many reasons. In what way sit the vertices on that rigid bodies, in what way I construct the collision cage, what damping, linear and angular damping have every from that rigid objects that are linked with a hinge function, yeah, and so on and so on. And I have many versions from them. That mean I test in the moment different versions to rig that thing. One version is to say, okay, we set the null here outside for the chain links himself. Let us zoom in a little bit so then I can show it better. So that's the chain link himself here. So this little thing here, yeah. And this have his own pivot point, and on that pivot point is linked hinge function, yeah, or hinge function. And then we have here, let it call chain foot, yeah, or the big metal thing. And that is also then linked on this side to a null, yeah. And so if you sit in bounding box mode, you see in what way is this linked, yeah. It's immer tit tat, yeah. So 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. And with that option, you have the possibility that the chain, if we roll over the collision cage, that it have a little bit with that hinge function, a little bit the chance to correct itself. Yeah. So it have with that way here. That's the length from that object, the chance to correct itself a little bit also in the angular degrees, yeah, not only for linear things, only for angular, also for angular, for, yeah, my English, sorry. So in that way you can rig it. This kind of setup have some advanced, some disadvantage, or what it is in English, yeah. So something is better with that time with that art or kind of rig, and other things not so good. So I have to test it. And another version is that you set all the nulls here in the middle from the chain here, yeah. Also you take all Z nulls here and all Z nulls for the hinge function and bring it here in the middle. I have another setup that's show in the next time. This is really in a prototype stadium, but it works also. And with that you can do other things better as with that, but other things not better with that. us with that setup. So it's a little bit complicated. Yeah, it's physics. Yeah, physics sucks. So, and that's the reason that I want to show you that, Eric. And the thing is, I have here some options inside. So one thing is that that the chain would really tension here in front. So if so that that wheel here, so let us call it front motor, works perfectly. I have here unseen object inside, and that's this here. I show it here for you. Yeah, so that's unseen. But that have only one thing. It have also collision detection and his own motor via hinge function. Yeah, so that is linked or attached to a hinge function, hinge front motor, and it is that chain that is in contact with the collision cage have enough tension. Yeah, so that so if I use that motor in front, so I bring the all that chain links here in that way, so that it then can react, yeah, and it suck a little bit in front, yeah, and you see what it do. It works or it works not, but it brings the chain links from back to front, yeah. So that you will not see in the animation. It's only a helper object. But and the main motor here, that's the here and the back, that motor. And you see from sometimes that that the chains here, the chain not be grabbed perfect, yeah. So that's only a thing of in what way you build it, yeah. If you build it more exactly, then it will better grab and it have no problem. If you not do that, then from time to time Zahnrad. Wait a second. What's the name in English? That cogwheel would be slide a little bit, yeah, over the chain link. But that's all not the thing. And the reason is all that is fine tuning, yeah. So in general it works. And you see that all the links from the chain would react with the underground, and in that way you can build now a tank that also can drive on uneven terrain. And all the wheels here, if you see it from that perspective, yeah, you can see that all that wheels would follow as the terrain, yeah. So the chain links here give his information to that roll, and that roll gives his information then to the arms here, so that the arms also, you can see it here, then is linked. So also what I could do also with the arms, if I want, I can activate the motor function from the hinge, function, and bring it in motor mode. And with that I can also over the time animate that arms, and that arms will then bring more tension to the chain, yeah. But that's I can show in the next videos. So I've in the moment two different setups. So the basic principle in the two setups is the same, but I can a little bit variate the reaction of the bullet dynamics if I bring that noise in another position here, yeah. And I can also influence all the reaction with my collision cage. So if I show the collision cage, you can see it here in the vertex mode. So that's the collision cage, yeah. So that's simply it's that the chain know, okay, that's the way I have to go, and if something is wrong, there is something, yeah. So Boolsche law, yeah, Boolsche Gesetze. So if in one position a body, so there can be another object in that position. So for that is that collision cage. So I can also explain a little bit the collision cage. The collision cage have only the function to say for the complete construction. So what is what is the point I cannot go in? Yeah. So that's this part here and this part. These two parts down here is that that the complete construction know, okay, that's my deepest point. Okay. The part here on top is to bring the chain in a good way, yeah, so that it can find his way and go not out of that way or make something bullshit. The second here under the chain is the same. So this part here, if you see it from the side, you see it. This here. So and that means that is unseen. Also unseen chain tensioner, let us call it so, yeah, so that it brings the chain in form, so that it looks good in animation. So if I take that out here, for example, then the chain will hang here a little bit in all places, yeah, and only the chain tensioner wheels would behold the complete construction, and that's possible, but it's much more complicated as I do it in that way. And I have then that tensioner wheels here and can play a little bit with that, yeah. So all the wheels have also collision detection, and if I animate them, then I can lift up a little bit. Here's the construction or bring it to down, and the same is it with that 7 wheels, yeah. So I hope that. One more thing for the Lightwave interface designer. So for example, if I have yet now here my bullet tool, and I have to rig it, you see it. This is a rig. Yeah, this is a rig. So if I want to change something, for example, the collision margin, yeah, for something. So that here is cool with that dynamics, force and constraint to show or not to show. For example, we exclude now all constraints, so that's fine. So, but if I have now here all my chain links, yeah, then I have to activate it in that way. So if I want now to activate all the red ones, and if you have a chain with 86 or 68, sorry, from that part, you click and click and click, and it is crazy ass. So this is really a problem, yeah. You work for hours if you would change something or test and click that and click that and click that. And the better idea is, or you have to do the same in your scene, yeah, so that you have activate all that. Then so my idea is that we have here a new function, so that all what I click on active to say group that, yeah. And if you group it, then you see it here as a group. And if I click on that group, then all is activated in that group, so that I can change, for example, here now the collision margin or the density or the art of mass distribution or friction and so on and so on. So would say that was my first video on that Monday here in Germany. So I hope you have fun, yeah. Eric, you have seen it, in what way it works. Rowley, I show it. And I hope that motivates the Lightwave community and also the users of Lightwave to work with a bullet. That's that's a tool that's underrated. So the bullet dynamics function is really a cool tool. Yeah, you can do many things with that. And what I do is now to optimize the collision cage and all the functions. And if this side from the tank, yeah, is ready, and I say, okay, I see that all functions works in normal conditions, and I have a good calculation time and so on and so on. First, then I build the second, so the other side of that chain, yeah, for the tank. So now I build the left chain. Then I can build also the right chain, and the right chain I build with the data from the left chain. Yeah, so I make then a copy, and will then use all the invert objects I have from the other side and link it, and then I can do the same as in my last tank model and link this construction here via a null object and a Hinge function to the other side. Yeah, so then I have the two from that chains, and then I can work with that. So, and I can then say that master link, okay, here your stiffness is 100 and you do nothing, or you have a little bit the stiffness, so that that two from the chains can work a little bit, can be a little bit do sharing things, yeah, in an uneven terrain. But that's, I think I will show later this week. So my idea is now to optimize the collision cage and play a little bit with also with the motor functions from the wheels. And with playing, I mean professional testing out that setup. Yeah, that may mean not that I have my finger in my nose or something like that. And yeah, in that way you can create things like that. And the thing is, if you have it nail it down one time, yeah, and you have the example scenes, you would then have a good basic to beam up that setup to other in that example tank, yeah, to another tank. So if you have it understand one time in what way it works, then it would be works from principle with all other tanks that have the same functions. Yeah, so for example, the tension arms and in what way I have to build the chain and so on and so on. Yeah, so I can talk hours about that, but that's enough in that place. Yeah. So have a nice day. Greetings at all.